Alright guys, we're going to take you on a ride along here for one of the biggest rainstorms we've ever had at MERUS Adventure Park. So join Kristin and I as we go explore the ranch after this really big rain that we had back in June. One of the really cool things about a canyon setting is that with a lot of rain coming down, you start getting waterfalls everywhere. Anything from really small little waterfalls to really large waterfalls that are dropping water 200 foot off the canyon wall. Now, at this point, we had been at the ranch just over 2 years, and we had never seen a rain event like this, where we actually had raging rivers with large waterfalls all over the ranch, and it was mesmerizing to just sit there and watch it. All right, next we head over to Hetz's Bluff to go see what things look like from that beautiful lookout point. And as you can see here, there is a lot of standing water on existing park roads. Really glad I have a snorkel on my Jeep for times like this. So here we are standing at the top of Hetz's Bluff looking down into the canyon. This is the Salt Fork Creek. Now usually this is dry and we drive off-road vehicles down in that creek bed on a regular basis. But on this occasion it is completely flooded. So we just got down to the Salt Fork crossing of the 101. So this is when you're coming down into MERUS. This is the first creek crossing that you're going to go through in the park. You actually cross the Salt Fork a total of 5 times in the park. This is the first spot, and you can see kind of based on the debris here that it's probably down at least about 2 foot from maybe where the high point was during the storm, but it's still flowing pretty high. I'd say at this point the deepest portion right there is probably about 4 foot deep. If you try to cross this in a vehicle right now, you would absolutely get swept. And you can see kind of as it narrows, I mean the water's just flowing really fast, cutting up against the rock. So we're gonna hike out to the waterfall area and go check it out. From where we parked, this is probably about a 1.5 mile hike down to the waterfall area. Multiple times we just stood there and watched the water, and it was so cool to see the creek alive in this way. We've never seen it like this before, and it was really a special moment. There were several spots where there were side creeks flowing into the main creek where we had to hike up a little bit to get a safe crossing. All right, so we made it. We just got to the dry fall, where on a lot of Saturdays and weekends, people come drive, they park up here, they eat lunch, and this is what it looks like today. It's definitely not a dry fall. We probably spent an hour at this waterfall on this day, just watching the water flowing through the canyon. And again, it was just such an amazing experience, seeing the powerful water flowing down these creeks like we've never seen before. I remember at this point just thinking, wow, we have a legitimate river running through the park, and I wondered when we would be able to see this again. After just sitting there and watching all the water for a while, we decided to head back up. Now, Kristin and I were the only two people in the park this afternoon. So there was nobody to help us out if we got stuck, and the climb out is often very slick. So we had to give it a little bit of acceleration here and get up and not get stuck. In the previous fall, we had multiple days where it took us 6, 7, 8 hours to get vehicles up this hill on rainy days. We've now gotten to the point where we actually shut the hill down when it gets really slick. But on this day, luckily, the water ran off really hard and we were able to get up with very little trouble. At the top we have the sign that says, "Woohoo, you made it out." And on this particular day, it felt really good to be out safely. Alright, so we've been driving and hiking around for the last 2 hours. Just checking out how water is moving through the park. Little deer here. Today was probably one of the biggest rain runoff events that we have seen since we've owned the property. And it is, I guess we're in something called a super El Nino, where it has just been raining and raining and raining and raining. It's unbelievable. I think we've already had more rain in 1 month than we had the entire previous year, last year. And every day we're getting these massive rain events, which means that the ground is saturated everywhere. So every time it runs now, it's just running off. And we had a big storm come through last night, soaked everything again, and then today at about 1 o'clock, it just hit hard, and it rained really hard for about 45 minutes. Continued to rain kind of on and off after that for about the next 2 hours. And there was just water flowing everywhere like we haven't seen before. So we went around and it was awesome. What do you think?
No, it's amazing just to see the power of water and just how green everything is now, and the colors, the red and the dirt, and just everything. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah. So we feel very blessed to be able to own a property like this and just go drive around and exploring and just seeing amazingly beautiful things. And we're so excited to share it with other people. And our members here at MERUS Adventure and our guests that come and visit the park, it's truly a blessing. So yeah, hope you guys get to see it at some point when it's as green as what it is right now, raining this much, seeing the waterfalls and everything else. It's spectacular.
Yeah, and we were talking, if it keeps it up even in July, it may be